Welcome everyone. I hope everyone is doing well and thank you for being here today. And I just want to really touch base with this YouTube thing because it is a massive announcement, and I just want to go through this with you. So just bear with me a second and I will get straight into what I'm about to tell you, because what's so special is I just want to also say thank you to everyone that has subscribed to the YouTube channel and also liked the comments and also commented as well. I do appreciate you. I really am truly grateful, and I hope that you had a wonderful New Year's Day yesterday. And today I really want to talk to you about how you can grow and start making money on YouTube in 2025. So I'm just going to grab my tea, just 1 second. So this has even been announced from YouTube, whereby they said they're going to be, they've created a group of employees in YouTube, for example, to focus on small creators like yourself. Now this is really massive. I mean, look, I've been on YouTube for over 10 years, okay? And I have never heard that before. Never have I heard that before. So I think that's truly amazing that YouTube are looking for small creators like you, so that you get a chance to be a part of this community. And what's so wonderful is that they're looking for more small YouTubers like yourselves, for example, to do videos so that ads can be placed on your videos and you get paid for it. Look, I've done it for 2 months. I tried it out and I did it for 2 months and I got £100 for each month, for November and December, for example. So I know it works, and this is the first time really I was trying it. You know, in all the 10 years that I've had my YouTube channel, I've never monetized it before. I thought about it, but I didn't really get round to doing it because I was so busy in my business, for example, and you know, I wanted to focus on it last year, but due to personal reasons I didn't get round to doing this YouTube videos, for example. I was doing it basically for my business, for my coaching business, and getting people to book an appointment, and then those that were interested in my product, then they would purchase the product, for example. But I didn't really think about it in the way of adverts. Now, can you imagine you being brand new at this? You're really in a strong position because you can get started a lot quicker than what it took me. It took me 10 years for that light bulb to go off in my head, you know, the light switch to come on, and for me to actually do this. You know, I didn't even think about it over the 10 years. I knew it was a possibility, but I didn't really think. I thought that this was for the bigger guys and for the large people, so I never did it. I just focused on my own business and what I do, for example. So for you and for YouTube to actually say, look, we are going to focus on small creators, they've created a team that focuses on small creators like yourselves, for example, to actually help you to promote your channel, for you to grow your channel. That is what they're currently doing, and I think that is remarkable that they're doing that. Now you imagine that you've just started, for example, you may have just started, you know, last year, And maybe you didn't do anything with your channel. You know, some of you may have done that like me. I didn't do anything with my channel regarding for example, AdSense, getting paid for putting ads on my channel, but yet I could see that the videos I was doing, that there were ads on there anyway. So I then thought to myself, okay, I'm now finally, I was monetized, it was last year, for example, monetized last year. So let me tell you the story. So first of all, I started over 10 years ago, and I was using YouTube for my business to get appointments, and I was getting appointments, and I still am getting appointments through YouTube, because YouTube is very good in terms of for businesses as well. So not just for adverts, but for organic. You know, so that's what was happening. I was getting my appointments. I was then just doing my business, going about my business basically, and not doing YouTube business in that way. Apart from when I do a video, or I do a webinar, for example, or I would do like a series, for example. But it was all to bring people to my business, for example. Now, when 2022 happened, for example, I then got to 1,000 subscribers, and I also got to 4,000 watch hours, but I didn't think anything, because I just carried on with my business, i.e. to get appointments, for example, and YouTube would be used for that. But I wasn't using it as much as what I used to use it for appointment wise. So I started to get back into that, into, you know, doing the YouTube videos, but I wasn't doing it consistently. And that is one of the keys, that you have to be consistent. Like, for example, I would do it consistent for 6 weeks, and then I would stop. You know, where I'd go in either weekly or I'd go in daily. If I was going in daily, then I would probably do it for about a week, and then I would stop. Then if I was doing it weekly, then I would do it weekly, once a week, for example, and then I would stop after 6 weeks, because I thought, okay, I've achieved what I wanted to achieve, but I didn't think that I could actually monetize what I was doing. Now, that was in 2022. So imagine me in 2024, I suddenly get the light bulb moment. Hang on a minute. All these ads have been going on your videos. You've got over 2,000 videos, Christine. 2,000 videos. I've got over 2,000 videos. And I thought, why don't you monetize? Once they told me I could be monetized, and what you have to do when you do become monetized is that you have to identify yourself. You've got to provide documentation so that they can verify that you are a real person and that, you know, everything's fine, for example. So once I did all of that, that took probably about 2 months, I would say. So once I got that, that was last year, for example, I then thought, okay, let me start doing some videos. So I started doing videos, and my videos were starting to get traction. But guess what happened? I stopped again. So it's like the 4th time I stopped, when I should have kept going, because I didn't see the results quickly. You know how sometimes you want to see things happen quickly? Well, it doesn't happen quickly. Sometimes with some people, I'm not saying it doesn't, but you've got to put the work in, and it's got to be consistently, and it's got to be value, for example. So anyway, I then started to do it again come, I think it was October. So I then was posting daily, for example. Well, actually I was posting weekly, and then perhaps 2 times a week, and perhaps 3 times a week. And then I thought to myself, no, I'm going to do it every day. I'm doing this every day. I've got to see what people are talking about, because people are talking online saying, I'm buying a car, I've moved into my new home. I'm going on holiday. I'm going shopping. I've got this sponsor where they're giving me items, for example. I get paid when I talk about a sponsor, and I get paid like £500 to £1,000 each time I mention them in my advert, this person was saying. So I was like, whoa, hang on a minute, there's something going on here that I'm completely missing. So I thought, let me do these videos every day. So I then started doing videos every day. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't easy. I had to plan it. I really had to work at it, because I get up 5 o'clock in the morning anyway, and then I've got my exercise that I do, then I've got my meditation, then I've got my prayers, then I've got my reading, then I'm going for a walk for an hour and a half. But guess what? It gives me inspiration. I know what it is that I need to talk about. But also, I created a 30-day calendar, so I knew what my content was going to be. And because I know what it is that I do, I just need to look at the words of what it's meant to be about, and then I can just naturally start talking about what it is that you need to do to achieve in business, for example, depending on the subject matter. Like the video I did yesterday, it was for 26 minutes long. I finished my live, and I believe I just went on and just did another video about how to get contracts. I had no script for that. I just talked. I just talked. And I've also got a good memory because I've been doing healthcare businesses now for 35 years. And I've been in business for 40 years, for example. However, YouTube was a completely new thing to me. And it still is new to me. And I'm still learning from this. Now, what I'd like to... I've made some massive mistakes. And if I'd done this 10 years ago, I probably would have been on, because a lot of people are on, like 40,000 a month, for example, on YouTube this is. So one of my issues is that if you don't go daily on YouTube, for example, for me, and that's me, because I felt I needed to do that, because I wanted to get this rhythm going. I wanted to get into the algorithms quickly. So I was doing my YouTube videos daily, for example. So I was doing it daily, and I was getting some response. And I remember there was one video I did which was about wellness, for example, which is nothing to do with business. And I'm usually about business, and I have been for 40 years. And it was literally about wellness. It was about skincare. So I did a video on how using castor oil changed my face, for example, in 30 days. And guess what? That video got 2,500 views. Hello? 2,500 views very quickly. So it was really going on viral, even though that wasn't viral because I'm small. But to me, that was viral because, to get that so quickly, that was something. And I never thought that talking about the products that I use, for example, would create so many views. I did it for women over 40, for example. And that was just one of my my lessons, really, that I didn't follow through, even though YouTube showed me that, hey, if you do this, this can be really popular for you. And that week from that from that video, for example, I got paid 100, for example, £100 it was. because there was so many videos, because once one video goes really popular, then the others also go popular as well. So I thought to myself, I didn't even think, I just carried on doing business things. I did a bit of wellness, I did a bit of, Pamper Day, for example, comparison, spa day, or doing spa day at home. What do you prefer? I know I prefer at home, to tell you the truth, because when you go out, you still got to come back in, and I always like being at home, for example. But I didn't even see those signs properly. And then again, I did another video which was not really business related, and that got lots of views because I did a video that was trending. Now, if you can do a video that's trending, for example, what would you think that is? What do you think is trending currently right now in your area where you are? I don't know where you're based, for example, but look at what is relevant. You can do that. You can do trending videos, for example. Like at the moment, YouTube is trending, for example, but there's also other ones as well that's trending. You can do videos on your specialisms, for example. You can do videos on your day in a life, for example. Like if you're going to work, if you go to work, maybe you go to work and it's dark and you get in the car and you got to scrape off the snow or the ice off your windows and heat up the car, and then you get in the car and then you're driving to work and then you're talking to the camera. So you've got the camera on your dashboard, for example, and you're talking to the camera about, you're on your way to work now. It's taken you about 15 minutes to get your car ready so that it was warm enough for you to get in, for example. And then you've got to think about, okay, I'm going to be driving now for about 30 minutes. So you can quite easily have a conversation about how you feel about driving into work every day. How does it make you feel going in to work and it's cold, and you're cold and you're trying to warm yourself up in your car, then you got to get back out in the cold again to get to your office, for example. I'm just giving you some examples. I'm not saying that you do that. I'm just saying that you would talk as if you were talking to your friend. Like when you're in the car, maybe you call a family member, for example, or a friend, and you talk to them maybe whilst you're driving, but you talk to them about what you've done usually. Yeah, so why not try that with your YouTube channel, for example? And I'm not saying go really personal and talking about people. I'm not saying that. I'm saying just to say how your day was. I had a really good day today. Why did you have a good day? Because I've got all my work done, for example. I felt very productive today because I completed my work and I started working on the work for tomorrow. So I'm actually ahead, for example. Or maybe you went into work and it wasn't a good day. You feel that your boss may have, got on your back a bit too much, for example. So I'm just turning this off. That your boss got on your back, for example, too much, and you feel that, you didn't get much done. And you wonder whether it's them stopping you from doing your work, for example, and maybe you're not happy with the job that you're doing because you feel that you don't get on with your boss or your manager, for example. So sometimes you can be in a toxic work environment. So is yours a toxic work environment, or is it a positive work environment where you encourage one another and support one another? So what do you think about what I've just said in terms of YouTube? Because I think that's important, because to grow your YouTube, if you don't take that, take advantage of that this year, then you could be missing out, because YouTube are talking about small creators, that they're looking to push them out to get you revenue. And also you can put your adverts on your videos and be paid for that. Okay, now someone's asked a question here: what is your biggest financial mistake and life lesson? That is a very tough question to answer right now, so I would need to think about that. That can be a good one for another video. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. So in terms of the YouTube, now, like I said, for 2 months I've been getting payments from YouTube for 100. And you can imagine, for you, if you was to start your videos and doing it regular, then you're getting paid for it monthly. It will pay a bill, won't it? It will help you financially. Yeah, so I think with regards to with the YouTube and saying that they want to help small creators, especially now is the time to get in. You need to get your YouTube channel, if you haven't got one, which you should do if you're watching this, or maybe you're watching someone else's YouTube channel, then get it done, because there's people out there, ordinary people, that are doing extremely well with it, and it is changing their lives. And I think that is a very positive thing, that we can help to change people's lives. Like we're currently helping people to become coaches, for example, and we're not charging them to become a coach, because we want them to use their skills that they've got so they can help other people, but also to leave a legacy as well. And if you feel that you want to become a coach, then do book a free 15-minute appointment with me, and I can talk to you and see whether it's a good fit for you and whether it's a good fit for us to train you how to be a coach. But we do charge a fee from your income that you get. We don't charge you up front, we just charge a fee from the income that you get, because there's weekly training, for example. And then there's also the support as well that you get as a coach. Like yesterday, I did the video on coaching, so I just wanted to mention that, because the lady that called today, who is going to be a coach, she was just saying, it's good to mention that, because she wasn't sure whether she would have to pay something, but she was brave enough to call us, for example. But back onto YouTube, seriously, you've got to get on there. Imagine that you can do something that can earn you 5,000 plus a month if you work at it. For example, doing say 20 minutes once a week, or 45 minutes once a week, or even daily, when you're on your way to work in your car, you can just pull out your phone and talk, about, they really are looking for experts, for example, expert-based content. They're also looking for things like a day in a life, like what's it like working as a cashier, for example. What's it like working at Amazon, for example? What's it like working as a driver, courier, for example? You can do things like that because you've got plenty of content. And it's so important. Look, I'm going to be 60 this year, for example, and I'm on YouTube, and I'm making money on YouTube from my videos, from my adverts, also from clients, appointments, for example, from the training that I do. So YouTube, I tell you, it's the best thing. I really do prefer YouTube because it is, you're in one place, and yet you can, do share on your YouTube video, and you can share it to Facebook, you can share it to TikTok, for example. Well, not necessarily TikTok, but you can, do a part of it where it goes to TikTok. You can do it on Instagram, you can do it on Blogger, which is owned by Google, for example. So there's lots of different ways that you can post your content. What's important here is, creators, what's really important here is that you are consistent and that your content is relevant to your market that you want to promote to. What do you like to do? And I don't mean that you get really personal, because you don't need to do that, for example, although some people do, but you don't need to do that, because at the end of the day you want to feel comfortable about what you're doing. So imagine that, in 2-3 months time that you get monetized, for example, but you need 1,000 subscribers, you need 4,000 watched hours before you can be monetized. But imagine after that, then, by June, for example, you could be earning, money each month, for example, because it'll probably take you 3 months to get to 1,000 subscribers, if all goes well. I'm not saying that you're going to get 1,000 subscribers within 3 months, because sometimes it's taken people 6 months, for example. For me to get to 1,000 subscribers, well, I only just managed to do it in 2022. So it took me probably 8 years, but I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't being consistent on YouTube. I was using it in the wrong way, for example. So what do you think that you would do on YouTube to build your YouTube channel? Maybe you've got your YouTube channel already up and running. What is it that you feel? Do you feel you'll be able to do videos once a week, or at least twice or 3 times a week, or maybe even daily? I'd love to hear your comments here regarding YouTube, in terms of you being the creator, and do you have a channel? And if you do have a channel, then you need to look at your videos, and when you are doing your videos, they need to be about 15 to 20 minutes long. Even if you have to set your timer on your phone, for example, just set your timer, put it in front of you, and then talk. And then you can see how long you've been on for. See, I can talk for a very long time, for example, but it needs to be relevant. So if you can build your YouTube channel and get it monetized within, say, 6 months, although I have seen even new creators getting thousands of views and they've only got like 100 subscribers, and those views will get them more subscribers quickly as well. So it may even happen a lot sooner, but I'm just saying usually it's 3 to 6 months. But things have changed now with YouTube saying they're going to focus as well, have a team that will deal with the smaller creators like yourselves. So what is it that you feel that you'll be able to do with regards to your YouTube channel? I'm not sure who here has got, is monetized. If you want to comment in the chat, are you monetized for YouTube, for example? Because at the end of the day, we need to look at how we can help one another to become monetized as quickly as possible as well. Now, I'm on here talking to you about YouTube. I'm talking about YouTube because I want you to be able to take advantage of this. Because try and think about what it is that you enjoy doing, that you can continue to do it day in and day out. I'm not saying that YouTube is easy, but you need to do something that you love to do, for example, but also is relevant as well. And they do mention that there's a list of the type of content that they're looking for example. So business content, that's also a good one as well. Day in a life, if you're good at training, so you could do educational videos, are really, really good, because people want to learn things online. No one really wants to go into a building to learn something when they can learn it online. And I'm not referring to those that are at college or university. I'm not referring to young persons, for example, or young adults. I'm referring to the older adults, the mature adults, for example. We can learn so much on YouTube. There's lots of platforms for you to put your content on as well, but YouTube, they pay for you to do your videos, and then you get paid for the ads that go onto your videos. And it really depends on the type of subject that you're going to cover, will also dictate how much you get paid per 1,000 views. So it has to be per 1,000 views on the video once you're monetized, in order to really benefit from. So what I'd like to do is, I'd love to hear your comments with regards to your YouTube channel. Where are you? Did you get a moment where you think, yeah, I can do this? It's like it took me 8 years really to get to grips with, oh, I can get paid for adverts. I can do this. And it's taken me till last year, 2 months ago, that I can do YouTube videos with adverts on, monetization, which, you know, I didn't think about it before. So I wanted to drop this quick video here just to say to you, grow your YouTube channel. Start doing it now, because otherwise you need to get into that rhythm, because you're going to lose the momentum if you don't get started. And I know it's the beginning of the year, but plan out what it is that you like to do, and then you can from there you can say, right, let me do a video. Just shoot a video and do it for 15 minutes. Set a timer on your phone for 15-20 minutes, for example, and then see from there how you feel about it, and what does it sound like. Is it interesting? Do you think that people will learn from what you've just given them, the information? Just like how I've said to you, my journey when I started YouTube 10 years ago was 2013, I believe. I started 10 years ago, for example, more than 10 years ago, and it took me 8 years to then think, oh, I need to get to 1,000 subscribers. And then once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll then be able to get monetized. Take it from me, I've been on YouTube for 10 years and I haven't done much with it. That would be my biggest life lesson, really, because I didn't take advantage of this YouTube, which is right here in front of us, and it doesn't cost anything, and you all can make some money from it, which will help to pay for a bill, it will help to pay for food, it will help to pay for a holiday. You know, I'm not saying it's going to make you rich, you know, it's not one of those type of conversations that I'm having, but there's people out there that are doing extremely well, and that's because they're posting consistently and they're disciplined and they do it. every day, for example, because YouTube is a business. It's not something to play at. I didn't see it as a business. I saw it as something to play with. You know, I just saw it, oh, I'll just do my videos, for example. For my business. I didn't think that I could use YouTube in this way to monetize. It didn't hit me until 2 years ago, but I still didn't take it seriously enough. And maybe you feel the same way until now, that you realize that people are making money from this, that you're thinking, hey, I'm missing out on here. Because the way I see it is I've missed out on thousands of pounds, for example, by not doing the YouTube daily, for example. But that's okay, because it wasn't the right time. Now is the right time. And I want to be able to show you that this does work. Look, I've been paid for 2 months consecutively £100, for example, a month. I haven't gone all guns blazing. My script, for example, was really about people making appointments, for example, whereas now I'm starting to do more regarding YouTube, how you can make money from this. And maybe you might know someone that wants to do this, then you can ask them to do it. You know, there's such big opportunities, and I don't want you to miss out on this opportunity, because it, you know, it's happening, and the big YouTubers, they're doing really well anyway, and they always have been. But now the small YouTubers can do well. So you can make money on YouTube in 2025. And that is by you, I would say, posting regularly. Not just once a month, for example. Well, sometimes people post once a month and they even do well, but usually they do a long video, like for an hour, 2 hours, for example. So I want you to all think about what type of videos that you're going to be posting, and how many videos are you going to be posting in a week. I'd love to know your comments here, and I'd love to be able to give you some tips, etc. on here on YouTube, because one of my videos is coming out shortly. It should be coming up probably in the next 20 minutes, for example, and it's about YouTube again, because I want people to catch on to this. It's a good thing. This YouTube is looking for small creators like you, if you are a small creator, and it doesn't matter how small or how big you are, everybody can make money from YouTube. So if you've got a skill, even if like you're a teacher, you could be doing educational content. If you're a nurse, you could be doing content that is reflecting what nurses do, for example. Day in the life of a nurse, for example. Day in the life of a cashier, for example. Day in the life of a factory worker, for example. Day in the life of a driver. Day in the life of a CEO, which is what I'm starting to do now. Because I think it's important that people understand that when you're running a business, it's not easy. And YouTube is a business. You know, you can't just, if you don't post, then nothing happens. So you've got to be consistent. Otherwise, things start to slow down, unless you've got something that is going viral and it's just growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. That's a different story. So I'd love to hear even in the comments here, whether you are a YouTuber and how many subscribers you've got, what videos you're going to start posting. You know, like I said, I'm 60 this year and I'm on YouTube, and there's a lot of people my age on YouTube, because we have got a lot to offer, a wealth of knowledge. I've been through three recessions in business, and we've all got things to offer. We've all got things to help one another as well. And I want to be able to, because of the inflations and the economic downturns that's happening, you know, right now, I want to be able to look at methods that you can use to help you, to help pay for when inflation does hit you, if it hasn't hit you already, for example, so that you can pay for things. You know, one example in the UK is that they've cut the winter fuel bill for the elderly. You know, and if you think about that, we've got to start looking at, we can't really rely on our pensions to come when they say it's going to come, because they keep moving the goalpost. And I know a lot of you probably aren't at the pension age yet, but it's still something that you need to be aware of what's happening, for example. So a lot of people, they're on pensions, they can't live off of their pensions because it's not enough because of the inflation. So maybe some of you know people that are, you know, struggling, for example. So look at this YouTube, give it a go, because you will make money from it. You will make money from it if you are consistent and you're growing and you're learning and you're discussing, you know, the content that reflects how you are and where you are today. That's the content of where that you should be doing, is where you are today and also where you want to be. Those are the two things, how to get from A to B. That's the type of videos that you want to be pushing through, because then that way it will help people, and then you'll build your channel and it will grow, and then you'll also be paid from the advertisers. You know, I'm here to try and give you as much information as possible to make you aware that this is happening, because I wasn't aware of this and that it was possible until like really 2 years ago. I knew a bit about it, but it was in the back of my head. I was so busy and thinking of other things that I wasn't thinking that, hey, I could have set this up. You can even do affiliate links. You can do sponsorship, where you get sponsored by a company to talk about a certain product. That's a wonderful thing to do, and you get paid as well. So you get paid more than what the ads are. So there's all of that. And there's also adverts that are, you know, very good to have on your channel. So the content that you do, usually the advert relates to the content, for example, or what the people that listen to the content, what they use. And usually the advert is related to that. So I hope that that was helpful to you all. I really do appreciate you, and thank you so much for your likes and your subscriptions to the channel, helping it to grow. I do appreciate you, and I will look at answering that question that is in the chat, because I think that will be a good video to discuss that. Okay, so thank you so much, and reach out, let me know whether you're starting your YouTube channel, where you are with it right now, and what you plan to do moving forward. Are you going to post consistently? Is it going to be daily, or is it going to be once a week? Because once a week can be just as good. You can still go viral once a week. but I'm saying daily because if you want to get to the subscribers and the watch hours, that's the reason why I'm saying this. But you know, there's people out there that are doing extremely well on YouTube, so I wanted you to be able to be aware of it, that you know, this is the way forward. This is the new type of YouTube that we're all looking for and wanting as well. So thank you so much, everyone, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate that, and share, and I look forward to speaking with you tomorrow. Take care. Thank you. Bye. Thank you for your comments.